I'm Arnold Palmer, and I've got a secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by Good Seasons, the salad dressing mixes that let you create your own dressings. Different dressings with flavor and freshness you can't buy ready-made. Live from New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of I've Got a Secret. I would like you to meet the members of our panel. First, of course, as always, we have Mr. Bill Cullen. And next, while Bess Meyerson is off on a week's vacation, we are delighted to have a lovely lady who will be starring in the DuPont Show of the Week on June 23rd, Miss Lauren Bacall. And while Henry Morgan could not be with us tonight in spirit, he is here in person. And finally, we have Miss Betsy Palmer, and that's the group. Lauren, we'd like to welcome you to your debut on I've Got a Secret.
Well, thanks very much, Gary. I'm delighted to be here. I've never been on a panel before, as you know, so...
I know it, but don't worry, you're in good company over there. They'll foul you up as best they can.
Good, that's what I'm counting
Not really. Let me say, panel, before we start to play the game, that in case you're wondering about this shipping crate, forget it. It has absolutely nothing to do with our first contestant. You will be hearing all about it a little later in the show, but for right now, put it out of your mind. All right, I assume now we're all set to play the game, so may we welcome our first contestant, please. Will you tell our panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
My name is Winifred Caldwell, and I'm from Buffalo, New York.
This is Mrs. Caldwell. Mrs. Caldwell, forgive me, I'm going to move you over an inch or two. There we go. Panel, Mrs. Caldwell is an artist whose works have been widely exhibited in Buffalo, as well as being reproduced on greeting cards. However, there is a unique quality to her work, which we're going to have you guess. So, Mrs. Caldwell, if you'll whisper what is unique about your work, we'll show it at the same time to the audience at home. Unique indeed. Panel, to help you classify Mrs. Caldwell's secret, the clue concerns something she does. And Betsy Palmer, we will start the game with you, please.
All right. Mrs. Caldwell, is this a technique that you use in your painting or in your artwork?
Yes, it is.
Is it something that would be found in everybody's home?
I would like it to.
Well, then it's something that maybe you have been instrumental in starting yourself.
Yes.
It's something you've discovered?
I think there's an area of misunderstanding here. I think when you said, do you use...
Well, say, for instance, is it something that would be found in the kitchen?
No.
No.
Now, what Betsy is talking about, she's talking about the technique that you use.
I see.
And it could not be found in all homes, but it could be found in many homes.
In many homes.
Yes.
Would it be found in one room more than another, though?
I think so.
Would it be found in, say, for instance, the living room?
I hope so.
You hope so. My
I think,
gracious.
Miss Caldwell, you're still thinking about the end product, the artwork, and I think Betsy is talking about the implement used.
Yes. I see.
And she's thinking about
It is an implement of some sort, then,
Yes.
maybe, that you use.
All right, we've lost the $20. We have 60 to go, and we go, please, to Bill Cullen.
Miss Caldwell, is the medium you use other than paint or ink or an accepted artist medium?
Yes.
Is it a liquid?
No.
Is it something that is ordinarily not thought of as being used to do artwork?
Yes.
You glue parts of something on the card, is that correct, or on the original?
No.
Don't glue parts like butterfly. No, that wouldn't be nice. Was it ever living, the medium you used? Was it ever alive?
You mean does she paint with a dead chicken or something like that?
No, it's a great thought.
Might try it.
All right, we've lost $60. We have 20 to go, and Lauren Bacall, please.
Now, it's established that it is painting.
No.
No. So, we don't agree that a brush is necessarily used.
You don't agree?
So, do you agree with me? No, a brush is not necessary.
A brush is not necessary.
Do you use your fingers?
Partly.
Yes.
Do
Her
you
fingers-
mix anything with your fingers?
No.
Nothing to do with anything like food coloring that is used, is it?
No.
All right, panel, I'm going to show you one of Mrs. Caldwell's drawings. Yes, oh, Henry hasn't guessed yet. Henry,
I don't mind. No, go with me.
I mind, though, Henry.
I don't have a thought in my head. Go right ahead. Well, Mrs. Caldwell, from what the rest of the panel has not established, do you use any mechanical device?
I do.
Do you use a vacuum cleaner?
No.
Well, I thought, you reverse it and you
Surely.
could blow stuff onto something.
But I don't.
You've seen Salvador Dali work on this show. Nothing would surprise me.
Yeah. Mrs. Caldwell, do you use anything with a motor in it?
No.
See, I told you. You didn't have to come to me.
Well, I'm going to show you one of Mrs. Caldwell's drawings to give you a further clue. Will you join me over at the panel desk, please, Mrs. Caldwell? Now, I'll give you a look at it. Now, this is a blown-up version of the original. That is an enlarged version. Anybody got an idea what the medium is, Henry?
Typewriter.
A typewriter. Yes.
Typewriter, yes.
Now, I have seen other so-called typewriter art, but usually it was just X's formed into designs. As you notice here, well, first let me show you the original. That'll give you an idea of the daintiness of it. And referring now to the water from the fountain here, you'll notice that it curves quite gracefully. How did you manage to do that?
With just the brackets, the parentheses, and the dashes. But of course, I turn the paper many, many times.
Oh,
Drawing, I continually drawing.
well, now, would you have made a sketch of this?
Nothing. I make no sketch.
You just
No
start.
sketch. I start. Put the paper in the
May I ask, in one this size, that size, how long does it take you?
Well, it takes hours. Of course, I never complete one at one time.
You go back to it,
As a matter of fact, she has 2 or 3 designs going at one time sometimes. And I think she says hours. I think you put those hours together, it would run into days for each
think
one, I
so,
should think.
yes.
We have some further demonstrations or further artworks here to show you. Now, here again is an enlarged version of something she did called Flower Symphony. Now, notice how delicate these flowers are. So now what we have done, we have even further enlarged. We've just enlarged this one flower over here to give you an idea of how this is accomplished. Now here's the same flower here, and you'll notice this is just a bunch of W's. And when she wants shading, she puts W's over top of W's over top of W's. And then here in the center, this thing, which corresponds to that thing there, is 2 zeros, or O's.
Plus an error.
Plus an error, yes. There's a little slip of the tape right here. And here again you have the use of parentheses. But largely this entire thing is done in W's.
But is that a normal typewriter? An
Yeah.
everyday typewriter?
I use a portable.
She uses a portable at that, not even a standard. We have some other things here, and what impresses me is the delicacy of them. Look at this farmyard scene. And the clouds. You're very big with parentheses, aren't you?
Oh, I like them.
Yeah, they are here, the clouds. And now, again, keep in mind this is enlarged. The blossoms over here are asterisks.
Okay.
And we have a couple of more. Now look, doesn't that look Japanese?
Good. Marvelous.
See, not only does she have great patience and great imagination, but there's a great sense of design there.
Thank you.
Actually.
How did
And-
you ever start it?
Yeah, how did you get started on this?
Well, I saw a contest one time, a typewriter contest, and it was made with the usual types, the X's and O's. And I thought, well, one of these days I'm just going to try to draw with the typewriter in a style that would resemble etching.
And that's
And
why
I
she calls them
started.
type etchings.
Type
And
etchings.
here's a very ambitious one, the last one we have to show you, unfortunately, a scene from Switzerland. And notice how the definite lines of the chateau here, strong and bold, and then very delicately reflected in the lake, is a shadow of the chateau. This is Caldwell and Stephen Fine.